All right, I'm going to read a poem. It's called Coal, and it's written by Audre Lorde. I'm going to do a read through once, and then I'm going to go through it line by line and talk about, the imagery, the metaphors that were used, and get into the meaning a little bit. So let's get started. Coal by Audre Lorde. Is the total black being spoken from the earth's inside? There are many kinds of open. How a diamond comes into a knot of flame. How a sound comes into a word colored. By who pays what for speaking? Some words are open, like a diamond on glass windows, singing out within the crash of passing sun. Then there are words like stapled wagers in a perforated book, buy and sign and tear apart, and come whatever wills all chances, the stub remains. An ill-pulled tooth with a ragged edge. Some words live in my throat, breeding like adders, others no sun, seeking like gypsies over my tongue to explode through my lips, like young sparrows bursting from shell. Some words bedevil me. Love is a word, another kind of open. As a diamond comes into a knot of flame, I am black because I come from the earth's inside. Take my word for jewel in your open light. It's a beautiful poem. I really like the flow. There's a lot of images that are being repeated in here, and a lot of colors that I'm seeing just straight off the bat. There's coal. Coal is black. There's diamonds and glass, which are both transparent to a certain extent. And then there's like the darkness and the light, the sun and the light. And then there's also like words, spoken words. So let's go through it line by line. So it kind of opens with a question. There's no question mark. Is the total black being spoken from the earth's inside? Well, I guess we're going to find out. And total black from the earth's inside, when I think about coal, I think about coal mines and how you have to go deep down into the earth where it's completely pitch black. When you're down there, you can't see, it's dark, but coal is also black. And then the next line, there are many kinds of open. How a diamond comes into a knot of flame. So that's one kind of open. Diamonds are transparent. They also act as a prism. So when light shines through it, it reflects colors on the other side. The white light turns into colors. And then the next line, which is the next kind of open, how sound comes into a word colored by who pays what for speaking. So it's like when light is reflected through a diamond, it becomes colored. By who pays what for speaking. So there's some sort of exchange of money here, and diamonds are very valuable, and coal is also valuable, but they're valuable in different ways. Diamonds represent beauty and are associated with jewelry and looking nice, and they're very rare. And coal is valuable because it's a utility. It's what keeps our houses warm and it helps us to survive, in the wintertime. Okay, that's the first stanza. So now let's go into the second stanza. Some words are open, like a diamond on glass windows, singing out within the crash of passing sun. Sun passing through the diamond is going to crash rainbow colors on the wall. Okay, so next line. There are words like stapled wagers in a perforated book, buy and sign and tear apart. And whatever wills all chances, the stub remains, an ill-pulled tooth with a ragged edge. It makes me think of, maybe the stock market, or like wagers, meaning placing a bet. So maybe you're placing a bet at a casino, or you're placing a bet at the horse races, and you get your stub, and then the stub remains. Whether you win or lose, you still have this stub, like this evidence that that you made a bet. An ill-pulled tooth with a ragged edge. That's the imagery we have with the stub that remains, which is very, it's kind of dark, it's not pleasant, because if your tooth is an ill-pulled tooth, like you had some sort of infection and you had to pull the tooth out, so there's a lot of pain from that. And you're placing a bet. You don't know if things are going to go right or go wrong for you, and no matter what, you just have this stub, like this pain in your mouth, and that is another kind of open. Next line, some words live in my throat, breathing like adders. So when I think about words in your throat, they're not coming out of your mouth, they're kind of stuck in your throat. So maybe you want to say something, but you don't, you hold it in. And adders, breeding like adders, breeding means mating, and adders are like a poisonous snake. And when snakes breed, they kind of coil up and twist around, kind of like a knot. So it's like word and live in your throat, like you have a knot in your throat. So maybe sometimes when you have a knot in your throat, you're holding back tears, and you're also holding back words. Okay, others no sun, seeking like gypsies over my tongue, to explode through my lips like young sparrows bursting from shells. Others no sun, so some words see the light of day. Some words are spoken, and they're spoken in the way like a gypsy seeking, like a seeking gypsy over my tongue. And gypsies are kind of like, they're nomads, they don't have homes, they're a little bit of outcasts in a way from society. And then to explode through my lips, like young sparrows bursting from shell. So sparrows are black birds, and young sparrows bursting from shell, it's like coming out of an egg. So it's like a sparrow being born, but when birds are born, they're blind, they can't see. So the words that are spoken, the words that do see the light of day, are kind of outcasts, and they explode out, but they explode out like a blind bird. So it doesn't sound like it's fully like a fully actualized expression. And it sounds like a difficult way to actually get the words out. And then the last line in this stanza is, some words bedevil me. So bedevil kind of means torture, or torment. And so some words torture me. All right, and now we go to the last stanza. And if we think about it, the poem opened with a question. And the question was, is the total black spoken? Is the total black being spoken from the earth's inside? And then we go into the many kinds of open. So let's see if there's some sort of conclusion to that question in this last stanza. Love is a word of another kind of open. As a diamond comes into a knot of flame, I am black because I come from the earth's inside. Take my word for jewel in your open light. So love is another kind of open. So take my word for jewel in your open light. Open means love, and light is kind of a diamond comes into a knot of flame. That's light again. So your words seeing light of day and being received with love. And the author is saying, I am black because I come from the earth's inside. So that might be a reference to their skin color or their heritage being African. And then there's a request at the end, take my word for jewel. A diamond is a type of jewel in your open light. So this poem was written in 1976 and the author identifies as a Black lesbian mother warrior poet. So with the imagery between light and dark, I think that there's a connection to, her racial identity. There's a question to think about. Is the total Black being spoken from the earth's inside? That's the question. Not really, because some words are in the light of day, some words are, coming out like a ill-pulled tooth with a ragged edge. Some words are stuck, knotted up in my throat. The words that do see the light of day are like sparrows bursting from a shell. So like not fully actualized. And then there's the torture words. And then at the end, I feel like there is a request. I am Black because I come from the earth's inside. Take my word for jewel in your open light. So that's kind of the request. Receive me with love. That's kind of what I think the request is here. But yeah, thank you so much for listening to my analysis of this poem, Coal by Audre Lorde. Let me know what you think the meaning is. Maybe I missed something. Maybe I interpreted it incorrectly. Just let me know what you think. And thank you so much for watching.